Have your favorite Star Trek ships met their untimely fate on Paramount Plus? Explore the secrets behind the canceled Voyages. Paramount Plus has been a haven for Star Trek fans, providing a digital orbit for classic episodes and new adventures alike. But along with giving new life to the fandom, it has also witnessed the cancellation of some well-loved starships, leaving devotees in the lurch. With a universe as vast as Star Trek's, the cessation of these journeys isn't just a hiccup, but a warp-speed crash into the hearts of loyal viewers. Just what Stargate traveled wrong? Is it all about ratings and budgets? Or are there more scandalous reasons lurking behind the transporters? Prepare to dive into the nexus of these digital conundrums as we unveil the aftermath of starships lost on Paramount Plus. The legacy of Star Trek ships. When it comes to the enduring allure of Star Trek, it's impossible to ignore the iconic vessels that have navigated the final frontier. From the ever-reliable USS Enterprise to the intrepid Voyager, these starships aren't just metal and tech. They're the lifeblood of countless interstellar adventures. Each warp-capable beauty is much more than a mode of transport. It's a character in its own right, ingrained in the heart of the fan base. Starship Voyages. Let's dive into the winding journeys of these starbound legends. Who can forget the USS Enterprise D, gliding through the cosmos, making first contact look effortlessly cool? Or the freshly minted USS Discovery flipping the script with its spore drive, bringing an entirely new wave of explorations and mysteries. And let's sprinkle in a bit of scandal. Are these beloved starships lost in space or destined for a much-anticipated revival? Paramount Plus has been rather tight-lipped, fueling the rumor mills and frenetic fan theories swirling around potential reboots or spin-offs. Fan adoration. The gripping voyages and daring exploits of these starships have engendered an emotional connection with fans that's nothing short of intergalactic. Imagine the USS Defiant without its rugged charm fighting in the Dominion Wars, or the stealth-class USS Protostar weaving through the unknown, each vessel a beacon of hope and adventure. Frankly, it's the ships, and not just their human counterparts, that often snag the limelight. Fans name their cats Tiberius and debate the merits of warp cores on Reddit. The attachment is real, palpable, and deeply woven into the rich tapestry of the Star Trek legacy. In essence, while Paramount Plus might have axed a few cosmic voyages, the soul of these celebrated vessels will forever remain unscathed in the hearts of Trekkies across the galaxy. Whether they are phasing back to our screens or becoming the stuff legends are made of in fan fiction, the journey is far from over. Live long and prosper, indeed. Unveiling the canceled Star Trek ships. Let's set our phasers to stun because the list of starships canceled on Paramount Plus might just leave you a little shocked. First off, let's pour one out for the mighty USS Discovery, ship of untold adventures and a cornerstone of Star Trek Discovery. Despite its trailblazing storylines and the deep emotional bonds it forged with its crew and viewers alike, the ship met an untimely demise in the cosmic budget cuts. Similarly, the USS Titan from Star Trek, Picard faced the chopping block, leaving fans in a turbulent warp drive of emotions. Now, why did these vessels hit the proverbial space junkyard? The answer might be as deeply convoluted as a time paradox. Rumors and whispers through the galaxy suggest everything from declining viewership numbers to the gravimetric pressures of rising production costs. But the most scandalous speculation centers around creative differences between the show's producers and the network executives. Some insiders suggest that Paramount Plus may have been looking to streamline their offerings, pushing the reset button to introduce fresher, bolder content, potentially at the expense of these iconic starships. The impact on fans? Let's just say it has been more explosive than a warp core breach. Devotees took to social media and forums in droves, using hashtags like "Chaichu Save the Discovery" and "Bring Back Titan" to voice their discontent. The Trekker community, famously passionate and discerning, couldn't quite wrap their heads around why their beloved ships, and the stories they carried, were abruptly canceled. debates erupted across Reddit threads and fan conventions about whether the network understood the gravity of its decisions. The underlying current? A shared fear that the essence and continuity of the Star Trek universe might be compromised, jeopardizing the heartfelt connections built over decades. As we traverse these turbulent cosmic waves, one thing is for certain: the saga of these starships is far from over. From fan petitions to vividly creative fan fiction, the echoes of the canceled Voyages continue to reverberate through the fandom, keeping the spirit of these vessels alive in ways that Paramount Plus might not have anticipated. Live long and petition Trekkies. Exploring the aftermath. Let's dive into the aftermath of what's happened with our beloved canceled Star Trek ships and how fans have reacted. Fan initiatives. Star Trek devotees have never been ones to take things lying down, especially when it comes to their cherished starships. The cancellation didn't just drift off into the void. Instead, it ignited a spark among fans. Fan initiatives have sprung up in various creative forms, from elaborate fan fiction that continues the voyages of these lost ships to stunning fan art that immortalizes them in new and exciting ways. These artistic endeavors are not just about nostalgia. They breathe new life into the ships, keeping their stories alive in the collective consciousness of the fandom. Take, for example, the impressive Save the Ensign campaign, which saw thousands rallying online, creating petitions, and even producing high-quality mock episodes. Fans gathered on social media platforms like Reddit and Twitter, sharing their homemade renderings and fantasy-driven narratives of their favorite vessels. It's a testament to the undying love that fans have for these ships that they would go to such lengths to rescue them from oblivion. Corporate decision-making. Why did Paramount Plus decide to pull the plug on these iconic starships in the first place? Several factors likely played a role. From dwindling viewership numbers to strategic shifts in the streaming wars, corporate decision-making appears to have been heavily influenced by financial outcomes and market foresight. The algorithm-driven era where data dictates destiny has left some fan favorites stranded in dry dock. However, understanding these corporate decisions doesn't necessarily sit well with the fan base. The implications for the future of the Star Trek universe are both fascinating and daunting. If fans can leverage enough passion and collective voice to prompt reconsideration, it will be a powerful reminder that consumer sentiment can influence even the biggest entertainment behemoths. It's an ongoing tug of war between corporate strategy and fanfare. But what's clear is that the aftermath has catalyzed a renaissance of creative expression among Trekkies. Their continued efforts to keep the memory of these starships alive, not just as relics of the past, but as active, vibrant characters in an ever-expanding universe, underscore the compelling symbiosis between fans and franchises. The resurgence and revival. You know what they say: never count a starship out of the fight, especially if it's got a loyal fan base ready to storm the gates of Paramount Plus. Some Star Trek ships may have faced the dreaded cancellation stamp, but in the world of sci-fi, nothing is ever truly gone. Let's dive into some epic examples of these resurrected vessels and see how nostalgia and fan fervor have propelled them back into the stars. Revived ships. Remember the USS Enterprise? Of course you do, but let's talk about the less obvious heroes. The ships that were axed and then brought back to life due to overwhelming public demand. Take the case of the USS Discovery. Initially, when the announcement came that the show might not return for another season, the collective groan was almost palpable across the universe. But lo and behold, fans rallied, tweets flew, and before you could say, "Beam me up, Scotty," Discovery made its triumphant comeback in seasons packed with more mind-bending adventures. That nostalgia? Oh, it's a powerful thing. It's not just about hardware and futuristic tech. It's about those ships being almost like characters themselves. When the USS Voyager was featured again in Star Trek Prodigy, fans old and new couldn't help but get teary-eyed. Seeing that familiar silhouette gliding through space was like meeting an old friend again. Renewed hopes. Hope springs eternal in the hearts of Trekkies, especially when it comes to the ships we've come to adore. Picture this. Whispers of a reboot for the beloved USS Defiant shake the fandom to its core. Speculation runs wild as fans dream up new adventures, borrowing from legacy stories and imagining cutting-edge tech updates. The rumor mill churns with potential plots, and fan-made trailers pop up on YouTube, stoking the flames of anticipation. What fans want is simple: closure and continuation. They long for those cliffhangers to be resolved, those unfinished voyages to be completed. And with platforms like Paramount Plus being increasingly Starship forward, who's to say that fan power won't see to it that these dreams come true? The yearning for revivals and reboots shows that people aren't done voyaging through the cosmos, not by a long shot. From heartfelt campaigns begging for the comeback of a once-canceled vessel to realistic theories about what could be next, the Star Trek community knows how to keep hope alive. And sometimes, just sometimes, those hopes materialize into something tangible, something worth cheering about. So, keep your eyes on the stars and ears to the ground. In the world of Star Trek, the adventure is far from over, especially for our most cherished starships. The message is clear: never underestimate the power of passionate fans and their love for these spacefaring legends. After all, every canceled voyage might just be an opportunity for the most epic comeback ever. The fan base's influence, fan loyalty. Let's talk about the magic of Star Trek fans, those die-hard, phaser-wielding, Vulcan-saluting aficionados whose hearts beat in sync with the warp core. The devotion to their favorite starships is nothing short of extraordinary. We're not just talking autographs and conventions. We're talking about a community that's ready to protest faster than you can say, set phasers to stun, if you mess with their beloved starships. Picture this: the cancellation of the USS Enterprise or Voyager. The uproar is almost akin to a mutiny on deck. Fans flood social media with hashtags, petitions rack up signatures faster than the speed of light, and impassioned letters are sent to Paramount Plus executives demanding answers and, more importantly, reversals. Their loyalty creates a universe where these starships are more than CGI and metal. They're almost sacred relics, embodying years of nostalgia, hope, and the unstoppable human or alien spirit. Online communities. Welcome to the warp core of modern fandom, online communities. These digital spaces buzz with activity, dissecting every decision made about their cherished starships. Forums, Reddit discussions, Facebook groups, and Twitter threads are where the true power lies. They serve as virtual starbases, where fans gather not only to mourn the loss of their favorite ships, but also to strategize their return. A scandalous little tidbit? Well, let's just say Paramount Plus executives are definitely paying attention to these fan-driven echo chambers. When outrage surges through social media like a plasma storm, it's a clear sign that something's amiss. Fan outcry has the power to sway corporate decisions. Yes, those bigwigs might just dial back a cancellation if enough Trekkies make noise. Online petitions morph into data points, emotional tweets into consumer sentiment, and suddenly, a sunken ship finds its way back onto the star charts. It's almost poetic how the passion of a devoted few can alter the course of an entire franchise. As long as there are keyboards clattering away in defense of these starships, there's always hope for resurrection. In spaceships and starbases, the legacy of these beloved vessels continues to live on, fueled by the undying fervor of its fans. The trek isn't just in the stars, it's in the hearts of those who refuse to let go. As we let our minds voyage through the cosmos once more, we can't help but feel a whirlwind of emotions from uncovering the fate of our cherished Star Trek ships on Paramount Plus. The cancellation of these iconic vessels leaves a void, and yet, it ignites a flame of hope and resilience within the Star Trek community. The indelible mark they've left on our collective imagination is a testament to their enduring legacy. From the emotional whirlpool that accompanies each cancellation, to the tenacity of fans who refuse to let these ships fade into obscurity, the Star Trek universe continues to evolve. Whether through creative fan fiction, fervent social media campaigns, or whispers of potential reboots, the spirit of these starships is kept very much alive. This undying passion showcases just how deeply intertwined these vessels are with the hearts of the fans, like constellations guiding us through uncharted narratives. So, let's keep fueling those warp engines of creativity and dialogue. Share your favorite starship memories, engage in vibrant conversations, and who knows? Your collective voice might just be the catalyst for the next great adventure in the Star Trek galaxy. The universe is vast, and with each canceled ship, there lies the promise of new beginnings waiting to be charted. The fate of Star Trek ships isn't just written in the stars, but in the passion and dedication of its fan base. So, set your phasers to engage, and let's boldly go where no fan has gone before.